Mesmer to purge the Tower folk, a cleansing by fire. It's no wonder the Hornsen holds the Erdtree in contempt. That aside, man is by nature a creature of conquest. And in this regard, the Tower folk are no different. They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war, but it's still a wretched shame.
The Hornsen attempted to create saints through nefarious means, using the shaman in their dark art rituals. As a result, two saints emerged, most likely the Rosebud Lady and Saint Trina, but it's uncertain whether Saint Trina was a shaman herself. Now, in my opinion, Marika did nothing wrong in sending her son Mesmer to war with the Hornsen. The shaman were her people, her kin, and most likely she grew up with these people. She grew up in their village and was close. Most likely she was very close to the grandmother of the tribe. Marika's act of cutting off her braid and bathing this village in gold was a final farewell and meant to ease the pain and suffering of the people. Imagine seeing your people torn from their homes, used for dark rituals. Wouldn't you be furious and ready to take action? Marika was, and so she sent Mesmer to the Shadowlands to instill fear into the Hornsen and burn their stronghold to the ground. Now, I don't believe Marika abandoned Mesmer. In her own way, she might have thought that sending him to the Shadowlands was best for him. Most likely because she didn't see him and being a part of the Golden Order. But in my eyes, she did love Mesmer deeply, gifting him the Eye of Grace, removing the snake from his eye, behind his eye, and even making a potion for him to help fight back the snakes inside. Mesmer for her was probably her go-to, her god of war, and was dependable and strong as well. Well, I believe that Marika didn't abandon anyone in the Shadowlands was because the tragedy of Godwin's death, Marika is shattering the Elden Ring itself. Basically, she was entrapped inside the Erdtree and prevented her from returning to the Shadowlands. Marika didn't harbor any real ill will towards Mesmer at all, but I do think that she was afraid of the snake inside of him and him not being able to control the snake fully is what pretty much impacted on Mesmer basically staying in the Shadowlands. So I don't think Mesmer himself, I don't think Marika harbored, like I said, she didn't dislike Mesmer. It's the fact that she loved Mesmer. I just don't think he had a place with all the fire and all the snakes and all that stuff in the Golden Order itself. He didn't fit the bill basically, and I think he would have caused more harm than good in being a part of the Golden Order. Going a little off topic, but it also makes you kind of think, is RADAGON himself a shaman? Because him and Marika were pretty much merged together, and a lot of people are merged together basically through the ritual of conjoining inside of a pot, and what have you. So it makes you think: was this his village as well? Was he born in the shaman village and had like shaman descent? Because that would make a hell of a lot of sense with him merging with Marika and basically being one with her, since seeing how like the ritual arts is basically like combining two people. Thing is, when it came to like the betrayal aspect of I'm going off topic a little bit more, but when it came to like the betrayal aspect of the trailer, when I went to the village like for the first time, Marika's village, I pretty much thought that, like it said with the braid, that Marika wished for something, she confessed something, and she I forgot the third thing. I'll put it up on the screen though, but to me, I thought that she sold out the shaman in terms of like, because it seems like it was a secret passage to getting into the shaman village, is which they was like heavily protected. So I almost thought that in a sense that America like betrayed them. But like I said, with the tree being there and the braid being there, I think in a sense, America herself put the tree there in a sense of like saying her final goodbyes to her people. And even though the tree didn't heal anybody, I think that the tree was just there as, to symbolically say like there's no more pain for her people and they can rest on in the afterlife, that knowing that she, you know, brought an end to the horn scent. Because I don't think there's any shaman left, and I could be wrong and thinking that maybe Saint Trina could have been a shaman, or even the Rosebud boss. I keep forgetting her name. I think it's like Romina or something like that. Also, I say a lot, but it just to me seems that Radagon might have like shaman descent. It just seems like this is where he came from. That's just like a basic opinion on that. I know I went a little bit off topic, but the betrayal I kind of wanted to speak about was the Mikola. Now to me, this was the catalyst that pretty much made Marika send Mesmer to the Shadowlands, because like I said, the timeline of Elden Ring is kind of like all over the place to the point I don't even understand it sometimes, and it's like hard to grasp. That's just to me. But to me, I think the betrayal came with Mikola. I could be wrong on this, but as for Mikola, it seemed like he seemed to side with the Horn Scent at the end of things. The very people who basically destroyed the shaman and used them for rituals. I believe this is just my opinion, this speculation, but I think Mikola played a part in Godwin's death. I could be wrong on that, but because Mikola can manipulate people. So I think he manipulated this assassins to targeting Godwin, which drove Marika to the brink. In response, Marika sent Mesmer to the Shadowlands to exact revenge, while Mikola apologized to the Haunted for her actions. Now, I always thought it was weird why Mikola got like a free pass as opposed to like all of America's her offspring. They basically wasn't even welcome in the Shadowlands. I always just thought like this is just like, after this is just like speculation, everything I'm going off right now. But why would Mikola apologize for something that Marika did? And perhaps he was a child Marika regretted having, after the NPC in the base game said that Marika did regret having a kid. But this is all just speculation, shrouded in mystery. It's just something I was kind of like debating about. The ending of this is basically a speculation on behalf of Mikola. I just don't think Mikola is the person that he's basically claims to be. I think Mikola is a very manipulative person, and Mikola just wants to do what's best for himself at the end of the day. Like the whole 1,000-year voyage, it will never work, because at the end of the day, no one would like to be ruled like over and told like what to do. When it comes down to Mikola, I just think Mikola was driven mad at the end of this. Like the failures that Mikola went through, not really getting over what Radahn basically turning down his proposal the first time, and failing to cure his sister, and failing with his Erdtree. It just, I think, all got to him. Now, like I said, the timeline with my theory is completely might be off, but that's just my 2 cents. I don't think Marika did anything wrong at all. I think like this was revenge for her people, sending Mesmer here. Yes, I think she went to the extremes, but Mesmer was basically here to do crowd control at the end of the day. Whether you think, no, I'm backpedaling, but whether you think she did it, she was wrong, it's all right. I think she was right in the wrong. She was right. The whole time the shaman, her people, were basically, now whether you think the shaman were Newman, is up to debate, but her people is getting ritualed and like crapped on the whole time. you know, for these like procedures and whatnot. And was Marika a part of the procedures? She most likely was. Mikula probably was as well, seeing how his counterpart is Saint Trina. Saint Trina might have been a shaman herself. Radagon might have been a shaman. But the whole Black Knight of the Black Knives, whole little theory, that's just my little interpretation. I think, in my humblest opinion, just in my opinion, I think Mikula has something to do with the Knight of the Black Knives as a, like a, screw you to Marika. Who knows? Maybe Marika and freaking Mikula was at war with each other. It's a possibility. But the whole thing is this the timeline, because it's funny how like you're guided by grace after you get their kindling to Mesmer, as if Marika does have some type of authority still in the Shadowlands. It's kind of weird. But that's just my 2 cents on this one. Catch you guys in the next video. This is just why I think Marika pretty much did nothing wrong in the Shadowlands. It's basically revenge for her people and her people being dealt wrong. But also like with the pot head helmet thing, they said that they was used to it. But that's gonna do it for this part. Stay safe out there. Later guys, peace out, and catch you guys in the next video. Peace.